voice of the people.
Welcome to tonight, Voice of the People. I am Phil Gibson, the program coordinator with Building Kings Mentoring Group. And we have some unique guests tonight that we're going to come talk about the program and just give y'all a little insight of how we do things at the program. So we'll start with the man behind me, Mr. Paul. Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Paul Williams. I'm the outreach mentor for Building Kings Mentoring Group.
Okay, Mr. Reed, can you introduce yourself?
Reed Paris, program director of Building Kings.
Okay, Kenneth, can you introduce yourself and tell your age, please?
My name is Kenneth. I'm 16 years old.
And Darion, can you do the same?
My name is Darion, 12.
Okay. So tonight we're going to do something a little unique. We're going to kind of give you guys an insight of how we like to do things at the program. We're currently continuing to reach out to the men out in the community to try to get you guys to help us out, coordinate with us to join the program. On Saturdays, we get together at the Boys and Girls Club at 10 o'clock in the morning till noon, and we just sit in a circle and we talk about life with these young men. We let them tell us what's going on in their life, and we try to help them by guiding them through it by making proper choices. So, Reed, can you get us started a little bit about what we're looking for when we say we're looking for men to help us?
When we say we're looking for men, I think there's a misconception that we may be looking for the perfect, outstanding member of the community who's never been in any type of anything or, haven't experienced anything. But the reality is we're looking for the everyday men, the just regular working men from the community who are just tired of seeing the things that's going on with the youth and want to do the best that they can from their experiences to help pay it forward. So it might look like many different things. Of course, there's certain things that just can't be allowed around young men, but we don't turn down people who may have been through some trouble in the past because we know that those experiences can be paid forward to the young men. So when we have our group sessions and, we get involved and we get engaged, we can share those things with the young men and help them not, like what we like to say, go and bump their head. So those are the type of things we're looking for.
So what would you say to men who are interested but say, hey, man, I don't have a lot of time. That's a big commitment. I don't want to have to commit that much to them. What would you say to those type of men?
I would say any little thing helps. Right now we got about 8 to 10 mentors right now, dedicated men from the community who step up. Everybody's not always available to be at every group session or every activity or every outing, but when they can, they step in, and it's always helpful. So I believe in if a lot of us pitch in a little, then the few of us won't have to pitch in too much. So that's what I.
Okay, so Mr. Paul, can you explain a little bit about why you became a mentor and how is it for you? What does it give you to be a mentor?
Okay, so one of the main reasons I became a mentor is I got tired of seeing the white sheet, is what I call it. I got tired of pulling up to scenes where young men would be dead, so to speak, up under white sheets. I got tired of looking at that. I got tired of looking at young men going to jail for long periods of time. And I feel like doing this, I'm giving me an opportunity to pay back to the community.
So Mr. Paul, he's kind of security, is what we call him. He's the quiet voice of reason. When he speaks in the group, it's very seldom, but it comes with a thunder. So Mr. Paul likes to voice very concerning reason. And one of the things that we like to do with the young men is talk about life. So Kenneth, tell us a little bit about you. What do you like to do?
I like to play sports. I'm currently playing football, and that's what I like to do. I like to play sports. I'm a very active person.
Okay. So what brought you to the program, Kenneth? Why did you come, and why do you continue to come?
I came because I wanted to have more people in my age range to talk to, and I think it's a very nice way to bring all of my fellow peers together and have each other to talk to, give advice to each other, and help each other with what we're going through.
So give you a little insight about Kenneth. Kenneth came to the group, and Kenneth is a very quiet person. And he really, probably for the first 6 or 7 months, just listened. Here lately, Kenneth has begun to take on a role that we push the young men to grow into, which is like a junior mentor. And he takes on a role of volunteering to help the young men with whatever they have going on, whether it's school work or personal work. He's given out his number to some of the young men. He also takes on the role of when we hold each other accountable. So what holding accountable is we start the circle off by everybody standing up, introducing themselves, and if there has been a problem that they have been involved in, let's just say a bad behavior or something like that, or even a good behavior, they talk about it, and all the young men in the circle and all the mentors in the circle get to have a conversation with them about that. Darion, how does that help you?
I feel like it's just good to talk about something with kids my age or kids at my age. It's just good to talk about something on the weekends since I don't got nothing to do.
Okay. So one thing about Darion, and I always say this, and I love to give people their props because a lot of times we don't do that enough. Darion came to the group and he was very hesitant and he was a little bit standoffish, and sometimes we didn't know which Darion we was going to get, but he has grown so much in the group and in everything that we do. He talks, he promotes questions. He is very thought-provoking. He listens to what you say and he analyzes and he has feedback or questions. So that's a good thing, Darion. How do you feel that has helped you grow?
I really don't know.
So one of the things we talked about before was people not listening to you, right? That was a problem for you. Do you feel now you have people listen to you better, or you have a better chance of explaining yourself?
Better chance. I don't feel like people listen to me, but I feel like I have a better chance. I know how to approach a situation now to make them listen to me.
Yeah, and that's part of the growth. You know, even as an adult, sometimes people don't listen to us. You know, we do a lot of talking; they don't listen to us. But knowing that you at least have the chance, because now your approach is totally different. Yeah. The way that you talk to people is different. The demeanor that you bring is different. And that's the growth that we see in you, you know, and I think that's the growth that you bring and you kind of show to even the mentees that are younger than you. So we want you to keep doing that. Now, I know recently you guys have started having some conversation on the phone, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going good. He had trouble earlier it wasn't earlier this week.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe last week.
So he had trouble with his math and science, and he reached out to me asking for help. I guided him the best way I could, and I feel great that he honestly trusted me with his work and having me help him with an issue he has.
So it makes you feel good to be able to help somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you speak up a little bit louder with that little deep voice you got going over there. Like, you know, we need you to voice that. How did that feel, Darion, being able to reach out to somebody and they respond?
It was just good because a lot of times, is because I was already behind in that class, so I just had to catch up.
Make sure you keep speaking up loud for me.
Because I was already behind in my science class, so I just had to catch up, and he helped me get caught up a little bit.
Okay. And see, that's one of the things that we offer. A lot of people say that we giving the kids or the young men something. They give us something. All we do is open up the opportunity for them to do that and to give each other something. A lot of times in our community, we always say everybody's against everybody. Everybody's in competition with each other. However, in this case, you have the opportunity where young men are helping each other by reaching out to each other. And that's one of the goals of this program, is that we get young men to reach out to each other to be able to talk and problem solve and not be so quick to turn to violence and anger, but be able to say, hey, man, this is the problem I have. How do I fix this? And then they can do that with each other. So, Mr. Reed, what is one of the things that you want the community to know that is vital to us in building kings?
One of the main things is understanding what we are. And now when I say that, I mean, you hear the nonprofit organization and you hear a lot of things, and the traditional way that those work. And we are set up and we are structured as a nonprofit and we work that way. But we are everyday men from the community who have everyday jobs and a lot of things that we have going on. So we take a lot of time, as much time as we can, to help out. And this is one of the reasons that we keep calling out for more men, because it can put a toll on us in our everyday lives. So just bear with us. I know that we have a lot of people that reach out. We get back with them as we can, and we know that they're looking for open enrollments. We try to put the message out as much as we can that we have our enrollments on Saturday mornings. So we're going to continue to do that every Saturday morning, except for this Saturday. The Boys and Girls Club will be closed, but picking back up the following Saturday and every Saturday after, unless we give notice, we'll be having open enrollments for any new child and parent that want to come in. We usually have enough mentors there that we can handle that and still handle our group sessions at the same time. Yep.
Okay. So going back to what you're saying, we're saying we're looking for men to help. And you pointed out they don't have to be spick and span clean. A lot of us mentors have backgrounds and history that we've had to deal with, some criminal and things like that we had to overcome. Why do you think it's important to have that variety of mentors in the group?
Oh, it's the village. We go back to that part. The village is built around many different types of people and jobs and things like that. So that's what we offer. Not all of us been through trouble. Not all of us had the same experiences. So where we got men who never experienced any trouble, or they may not be able to speak directly for those conversations, they could speak in other levels where some of us may not have reached, or different areas. So they get in all different walks of life, and the more that we bring them, the more that we give them that village.
Mr. Paul, one of the things I think the foundation that you bring is the spiritual foundation, without forcing religion or ideology on someone. Why do you think that's very important to keep that foundation going?
I feel like God should be in everything. That's how I was raised, and I had an opportunity to get tested and learn more about God and understand God. It's my peaceful place. Keeps me well rounded. I like to present it to the kids the same way, as a peaceful place, but not necessarily pushing, religion or pushing my belief on anybody. But, if people ask, I let them know. If they ask me, how you so peaceful? I read and meditate, whether it's with myself, my family, me and my wife, we meditate every morning. But I think it's important. I think it connects to the well-roundedness of life. So I'll talk about it.
So lately in the groups, it's been interesting because a lot of the young men are starting to, I want to say, seek an understanding of faith. And being that, can you talk a little bit, Paul, about how we try to direct them when they are seeking that, and without trying to be too dominant one way or the other?
We give them the option, just like God, to give you the opportunity to choose, who you want to serve, or choose and make decisions. And we allow the kids to make decisions, and we can fill in those gaps. I see Building Kings as a bridge for many different paths. And as Reed discussed, talking about bringing different men, it would be different bridges that they bring, so kids can see different paths. Also with the program, the things that we do are just different paths to give the kids different understandings of life, so they won't have to focus on just like one thing. And that's how I see God and the religion and faith.
So, Mr. Darian, one thing I know about you is you are an eager learner, but you don't like people to force that on you, right? You want to be able to seek that on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important to you?
Because it's like, um,
Make sure you talk up for me.
cause it's like you want me to do something. Like say, um, you push me to do something. It's like a little kid. You push me to do something. Um, you want him to do something that you did, but um, you feel me? He did all this like training and stuff for the thing that you wanted him to do, but then the thing that he actually wanted to do for himself that's good for him, he can't do that because he don't got the skills for it.
So you feel like it a little bit challenges you, like who you are as a young man. It puts you in a key role when people like trying to force you to do things instead of
and
allowing you
also,
to do it.
yeah, and also I just like to do like I just like what I like. Like I want like if I don't want to do that thing and I don't like it and I've already tried it and you're trying to get me to force it, I just no.
Okay. So from explaining to us, how do we help you with that? How do we as mentors help you by learning more things but not forcing it on you? How would that look?
Like something I'm interested in. Like it could be related to something that I might be interested in. Um I don't know. Yeah, just like that.
What about you, Kenneth? How can we help you continue your growth into manhood without forcing that on you? Because we get that a lot, right? Nobody wants to feel like they're being forced to do something. How do we continue to get you to grow without forcing that on you?
Um,
Make sure you speak from that. There you go.
I just like getting advice about basic life skills, and um, that's what I would like.
So like right now, you're in the 11th grade.
Yep.
So you're starting to make career choices, right? They're
Mhm.
trying to point you in the direction of career path. And we've had this conversation in the mentoring group and in separate. Tell me your top three
My top three career choices.
career choices right now.
Okay. Law enforcement, um, construction. Uh, those are the top two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me why law enforcement. Why do you think it would be crucial? And what do you think you can add to law enforcement?
Balance of emotion, because I'm balanced. I don't ever get too happy. I don't ever get too upset. I'm balanced with my emotions.
Do you think that would be something crucial to see a young black man that is balanced on the police force?
Yes.
Do you think how many black men have you seen on the police force or you met?
Not very many.
Not very many. Was the interaction a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that helps you want to add that to it?
Yes.
Okay. Reed. So lately we've been pushing about career paths and trades, and we have access to the career center. Can you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, one of the things that we do offer in the program is the exposure. As I always say, we believe along with the consistency, we need to provide the exposure to different things. A lot of us that didn't have that exposure growing up, we were exposed to the wrong things, and it led to the wrong things. So that's why it's big for us to try to, like Darion said, try to figure out what they like, what they're involved in. Recently, we took down lists of some of the things that they might want to be, because we don't want to just, like they say, force things on them. We have access to different trades or different career paths, but we would like to see what they would like to do, and try to help them get exposed to that. So we believe in that. We do have access to the Kelly Center thanks to Joe Jordan and the Boys and Girls Club. So we'll be doing our workshops over there. In the time that we have our workshops, we're trying to get them to at least once a week workshops, working with other people in the community or other businesses in the community, or just members of those trades that in the community just want to step up and help maybe host the workshops. Because we as Building King mentors, as we stand now, we have a lot of different skill sets, and we can host and do a lot of these different trades. But we'll love to have more men from the community who may have more experience, who may have, better points of views to step up and just help us with that. So going back to what he said earlier, every man that step in may not be able to step in and say, I can be a mentor, but they may be able to offer their help by hosting the class. So they may be somebody who's involved in carpentry and good with the youth and may be able to step in and help host the class on carpentry or plumbing or things like that. So that's other ways that men can get involved in the program.
Okay. And one of the questions been asked lately is about women being involved in the program. Can they be involved? Can they help? How can they help if they want to help? You want to talk about that a little bit? Because I know that's something we've been discussing as mentors about allowing women to come in and help whatever ways they can help. You want to discuss how that can happen?
Well, it's something we still discussing as mentors because we're trying to figure that out and not to say like allow them like it's closed off like boys only, which it kind of is, but we that's for a reason. Is because us as men kind of understand a little bit more about how to pour into the younger men. So it's not by design that we say no women can be involved. It just worked out that way. But yeah, we're open to women being involved. We understand there's areas that women may be able to help or be more organized in than the men may be. So there's positions and volunteering that we may need women to help us with. So we'll be as we discuss more, we'll be putting those out there.
Yeah, and we also we've had sorry, I can't remember the young lady name with the slushy truck. She came and donated slushies to the young men, like things like that.
Yeah.
Is something that we're looking for. So, with that being said, it gets a little excited sometime in the circle, right, fellas? Sometimes the circles gets a little going.
Yes.
What do you like most about being able to be in that circle and what happens?
I like the joy that when we all collaborate together. I like the joy and the I forgot the word, like the common interest, like the
Camaraderie.
same interest. Yes. I like the bond that we share as a whole.
Okay. What about you? What do you like most about it?
We had a few. I like this arguments. It was fun arguments. Like remember that one argument? It's like
The social
somebody
media?
said somebody said something
Okay.
about your about your business. I like that. I like that one. It was like it was an argument, but it was also fun learning experience. It's cool. We don't never get into like no physical fights or nothing. We always did agree to disagree. Um, Everybody knows it's just fun. Uh, I don't know. It's just me though.
Then occasionally we get to take y'all out on the court. Hoop you.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Let me
Reed.
speak on what I like the most about it, and I don't speak out loud publicly a lot these days about the program because I feel like it's speaking for me. So that's what I like the most about it. Like these two young men who didn't know each other before, and now they built the bond. There's men who didn't know each other before, and now there's a bond. There's situations where younger men are guiding other young men. The older men get to guide the younger men. So what I love about it is the whole thing. Everything about it is speaking for itself. The program is working and is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I like to look at it as, some people look at, if there's still violence going on in the community, how are you helping? But I look at it like these young men, there's things and seeds being planted right now that maybe those situations might come up where it might turn to violence or some things like that. And maybe some of the things that we poured into them can help prevent those situations. So it might not be, like this that we're making that change, but I like to think that we're making that change as a whole, with the men that's stepping in and, giving their time, the young men who attend every week or as they can. So as a whole, the program is working, and I just love what we got going on.
So I like to bring out the country boy in me, talk about the farming. I tell people this is like farming. First, we had to go out and we had to work on the soil a little bit, meaning we had to work on us as mentors, building our bond together, talking, getting the foundation going. And then we started getting the crops ready. So we had to get that soil ready. And now you young men are the crops. We're starting to put that seed in the ground. It's not going to happen right away. Some things will. Like the bond you guys are starting to build and build with the other kids that are there, the young men that are there, it's going to start. But sooner or later, you're going to become a grown man. And now you're going to have that foundation that you able to build and to communicate with each other so that when there's a problem, you can reach out like, oh, I know who that is. Let me go talk to him. That's what it's about. That's what this is about, because for so many years, we had it where we didn't have those bonds. If you lived over here, that was your business. If you lived over here, that was your business. So there was no village or community to help each other grow. That's why we hold each other accountable. That's why when we sit in a circle, we talk about holding each other accountable. Because if I can say to you, hey, you did this wrong, you should have done this. You can say to me, hey, you did this wrong and you should have done this. That's when you start to grow. Okay, that's when you start to learn with each other. So, Mr. Paul, I'll give you a couple minutes here. Talk a little bit about what you think this community can do to continue to help us and others grow.
Get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved. That's it. Get involved any way that you can. Bring anything to the table that you feel like that you can bring to the table. That's all we did. We were just all focused on the same thing, helping the community, building the community. I got sold in from listening to Reed talk about the program, and I created a program prior to this myself, and I was like, it lined up with what I wanted to do, and we just both, I got connected, I got involved. Everybody always say they want to see something different, but they don't get involved in seeing something different. You got to be a part of the solution. So that's what I want to tell everybody. Get involved. Okay. Be what you want to see.
So, Reed, you got anything you want to close out with?
Just like Paul said, it's important to just get involved. I know there's guys on the edge. I even got people close that's on the edge, and they feel like, there may be certain reasons that's keeping them from getting involved, but just look at it like you're just taking the younger brother under your wing. You just it's no different from like a little young guy walking past my garage, and he needs some water or something, or he needs some talking to, and I stop him and talk to him or something. So we look at it like that. We understand everything else around the whole organizational part of it, but we still look at ourselves as just older guys from the community trying to take these young men under our wings and help them not be like some of us or go through what some of us had to go through, and enjoy the better parts of what some of us did go through. So,
okay. So, you guys, you got anything you want to say before we go?
No.
No? What about you, Darion? That is one time, Darion, that you do not have nothing to say. That's all right, though. Again, both of you young men, very proud of you. Very proud of the growth that you have. Continue to grow. Continue to help out in the groups and take the younger men underneath your belt and help them. Promote it in your schools, wherever you go. Promote that behavior by showing them how to act, okay? We really appreciate that. Again, Reed, we thank you. Paul, we thank you for coming in. As we close out, we'd like to say 10 o'clock on Saturdays at the Boys and Girls Club. 10 to 12 is what we ask. If you want to show up and you want your young men to be involved, he does not have to be a troubled kid. He does not have to be a kid with behavioral problems. It just has to be a young man that would serve good to be around other young men. And we're going to talk about everything in life that we can talk about. Sometimes that goes way left where we're talking about a girl. Sometimes it goes way right where we're talking about a career. Whatever it is, we listen to these young men and we give them the opportunity to say to us, this is important. What can I do? And we try to give them those answers. We do not have all the answers, but between us, we have a lot of answers. So if you want to join the program in either way, whether it's bringing your son or becoming a mentor, reach out to us. We're there for you. Again, thank you guys for showing up tonight and sharing. And again, thank everybody for listening to us, and we'll close out.
A podcast by Neutral Voices Media Group. Voice of the people.